Well, certainly a whole lot of sadness in our world. We've been talking about mass shootings, hurricanes, wildfires, not to even get started on all the political debate that's on social media.
Yeah, and that really can add to the stress and challenges of our own everyday lives, causing, crazy stress, a lot of unrest. Well, Brianna Bedigian is actually a yoga teacher and the author of Healing Footstep to Footstep. Thank you so much for being with us this morning to share some sort of practical ways to help us reduce stress in our everyday lives.
Thank you for having me.
And Brianna, we were looking at your book earlier, and you actually know firsthand how important it is to really manage your stress and get a hold of it and deal with it, because you have your own story.
I do. I had chronic fatigue about 15 years ago, and I brought all these tools around myself to help myself heal.
Simple things.
Simple things. Simpler the better, actually.
Yeah. And I can already smell some of it, and it's helping me to relax here.
Casey's over there falling asleep. He's completely de-stressed.
Right? Let's start over here, because I actually have this in my house, and this is a neat little thing. What are these, and how should you use them to help?
So Epsom salt baths are very, very healing, and magnesium sulfate, which is the basis of Epsom salt, causes our muscles to relax and helps to reduce anxiety. And then you can amplify that effect by adding a lavender oil, which also calms us down. So between the two, you'll decompress from your day, especially if you've had a very hectic day and you're worried about sleeping. This is a great thing to do.
And you say actually taking that time can lead to better sleep. A lot of times you say, I don't have time to take a bath, I'm just going to go to bed.
Right. You just want to be mindful to take the bath about an hour before you go to sleep so your body has a chance to cool down, and then you'll have a great night's rest.
And this is awesome because all of these essential oils, they're starting to become really popular now. Yeah. Well, they're trying to research, so it's nice.
They are. They're old medicine, and they're so simple.
And they really do make a difference.
They do. They do. They've been studied clinically, and we know that they do help us.
Okay.
And next up is this part, which I actually really love because I actually have a journal and I write poetry and spoken word. So tell us a little bit about this, because I find that it is very therapeutic for me.
Wonderful. Yes, journaling is a magical tool, and it's a really wonderful way to vent. Instead of putting it on Facebook, you can put it in your journal. And the more expressive, the messier, the better. That's why I like to write in these large format
books. That big book.
Because your hand can be very free. You can really let your emotions out, and there's space on the page to do that. And journaling was actually the basis of my book.
And you said just by taking that time and keeping those thoughts and getting them out, it can really make that difference. You find that you don't take it out on others, not the kids, not the husband. You get it out just right here. Yes. And the pages don't get their feelings hurt.
Exactly. There's no need to take it out on someone else, right? You can take it out on the page instead.
Really nice.
And then next up we have exercise, and we all notice this as the yoga mat.
Yes, yoga of course is wonderful. It's a great way to decompress and to let go of stress, but any type of movement is also healing. So sometimes we need to be motivated by a friend, so having a buddy to walk with you at work every day is a great way. My friend Suzanne motivates me to go to Pilates at 7 a.m. on Thursday mornings every week. If she wasn't there, I would not show up. It's a great team effort. But anything that pumps your blood is going to raise the endorphin level in your body. Endorphins go up, stress goes down. So simple, so great. So just move your body.
Oh, nice. And we can even fit it into our workday. So no excuse if you just, don't have that extra time.
Absolutely. Even just walking around your work building is a great way to let go of stress.
And I want to talk for people who actually want to pick up your book. What else will they find in here?
So the book is a mixture of storytelling between an old woman and a young girl. The young girl goes to the old woman to heal, but it also interweaves photography with breathing, meditation, and lessons, and then also recipes.
So I'm curious, did you start out journaling to kind of get through your journey, and then did the journal sort of turn into your book?
It did. It
so
did.
Full circle.
Full circle, yes. So the journal really helped me find my way back to myself. It helped me process my illness. And then years later, I went back through it, and I realized after working with other people who were ill that the journal actually was a story that would help other people.
Wow, because we know, Brianna, the toll that stress can literally take on your physical well-being. I mean, we talk about just, oh, I'm so stressed out, but it really can make our bodies shut down.
It can, and it does lead to illness. It leads literally to dis-ease. So the more you can calm yourself, the better. And one of the easiest things to do is to learn how to control your breath. And the deeper and slower you breathe, the more you're going to be able to relax. And one of the things that I love the most about breath work is that you could do it anywhere. You can do it in the shopping line, you can do it while you're at work, you can do it in an argument with someone. So one of the easy...
I'm serious. I do that with my husband, and we did premarital counseling just because it was something that we wanted to do, just so we would have a nice foundation. And our therapist talked about how you can get emotionally flooded, and when you get emotionally flooded, you cannot have a constructive conversation because you're automatically just trying to hurt the person with your words. So if you say, I need to take a time out, if you do your breathing exercise, it really can help. And we have avoided some pretty heated topics by doing that.
Yes, absolutely, because breathing calms our nervous system when we take a deep breath, and so it really lets you reset in a very powerful and effective way. Do we have a second to do that?
Yeah, you were going to show us one.
So all we need to do is, if you just put your hand on your belly just as the guide, and begin now to exhale all the breath out. Force it out, hold it out, and actually contract the belly with the effort of the exhale. And now take an inhaling breath, and you'll feel the breath go deeper into the belly. Many of us hold on an inhaling breath, so when we try to breathe more, there's just no room in our lungs. And the lungs have a natural suction capacity. So the more air you force out, the more you're going to get back in. So if you're extreme anxiety or extreme stress, you want to think exhale, exhale, exhale. The inhale will happen automatically.
Does it also help when you imagine like the colors, like if you breathe out like I do this like red colors, and then you breathe in like blue colors or green colors?
Yeah, visualization is so calming and so powerful. I mean, look at any Olympian and they're going to tell you visualization helps them. So anything like that you can combine to decrease your stress is a fantastic tool.
It's funny, I think a lot of people just take their breathing for granted. And they say we only use like, what, 20% of our breathing capacity, which is just really lots of shallow.
Lots of shallow breathing. And when we're breathing up here, we're automatically going to have amplified anxiety. There's no way around it.
It helps in natural childbirth.
There you go. Yes, absolutely.
I relied on the breathing, the Epsom salt during my third trimester,
and then she
yoga.
did some journaling.
Yeah, and I did yoga, and all of that really helped me.
Yeah, you're my soul sister.
Nice.
Hey, right?
Brianna, we're going to put your website up in case somebody is interested in getting
Thank
more
you.
information or tips or techniques or picking up her book. We're excited to read your story. Thanks for getting up with us.
Thank you so much for having me. This is great.